Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the conversation. We want to bring into awareness how embarrassing every one of your platforms are. We've been really doing a really good job not letting you gaslight us, and you are failing miserably, which makes me extremely happy. Makes me happy to know that the gaslighting is subsiding, and you just look like embarrassing, ignorant people with nothing to offer, where you talk about emotions to uplift people who will be uplifted, but into embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to watch all of these women produce content because they don't have a sense of self, and you can absolutely tell. You can even compare. I invite you to compare the way that I speak to you as if I'm a teacher to the way they speak to you, even if they are a teacher, even if they have Botox in their face and they're talking about Botox. It's an occurrence of delivering on information that is definitely a script of insecurity that's blanketed by looks, hair, and makeup of a fake reality, which they're okay with because they want those likes and loves to validate, to fill the cheese head of a Swiss cheese of a head, of a brain, because that filling up those holes makes them feel whole. Filling the holes makes them feel whole. And as long as they can stay in that upbeat mode of whatever thing they want for themselves, whether it's to look good in an outfit and get on the gala carpet, whether it's to make a video and for it to be seen by 50,000 people, that feeling of uplift is what they're always chasing. And then it's attached to power, control, being heard, or whatever else thing that these women think fill a feminist mind up, because they've been so abused for so much of their life. However, they look like a mannequin while they use a filter, while they say nothing of substance. But the reaction based on how someone looks comes off a filter and a control tactic of Singapore, which we discovered yesterday, that Singapore is the country that canes its citizens. So you may have looked at those numbers yesterday I showed you on the Reagan conversation to say, well, look at how low their crime is. That's called control. There's a few ways of perspectives to view those things. You cane them so that they'll be fearful of not misbehaving. Sorry, we had a little glitch. Not a robot, but I am AI. Most of these people cannot function in life unless they're hurting someone, which makes them feel good, which is what Monovan does. So let me give you an example. She posts a picture of her and Gary caressing. What's the reaction of the audience? That gives her validation of attention. She learned that from Kim Kardashian. You might even feel an inkling of joy in there because Gary Vee's over on his platform saying feel joy. That's mental illness. That means you don't have the right to choose on how you're going to feel about something because you're brainwashed into what Monovan and Gary Vee as a influencer couple, while she waves around a diamond ring. What's the feeling that, now let's take Gary Vee out. What's the feeling that comes over you when Monovan posts of vegetables and telling you about carrots? Look, this is a carrot and it's orange. Well, no shit. No shit. It's orange. It's a carrot. You're obviously a carrot chaser. You have nothing to offer or say. But look at how nice her apartment looks. Is that perspective? Absolutely, because I would never live in a whitewashed apartment like that. That's a foreign thing, by the way, because if you go over to Middle East, they don't have a lot of decor. They don't do a lot of this. This actually brings soothing and peace and awakening to your problems so that you can actually deal with your problems. That's why we're American. And so everything that we're watching with all these people with Kamala Harris is nothing more than whitewashing you into controlling you into behaving a certain way. Mona Van shows you that when she shows you a carrot. So she shows you the carrot. She says, well, they're going to like this. She's just come off an event of Fly Fish Club. She wants to get you aroused because she showed her fancy outfit. However, she looks like a twig. And I want to tell you something. I don't really eat a whole lot myself. But do I look as skinny as Mona Van? So based on what you're seeing in the quantity of food that she's eating, the ingredients matter, but so does the amount of food you eat. And so does the amount of how much you work out. That matters. So would the illusion be that she's eating food? If you can wrap your head around nutrition and how she teaches absolutely nothing and tries to get you to worship culture her through her form of pretty privilege of a Persian face. And then I want to take you to the movie Prince of Persia with Jake Gyllenhaal. And imagine that feeling of you watching, which you don't really resonate with that because that's a secret code. That's Mona Van's attempt to try to make herself sit on a platform and a pedestal while she shows you a carrot and says, look at me, look at how rich I am. What is an American's response? Is you're not used to that weird ass culture. And we're used to trusting Americans. But that's not how Persians or the Middle East operate. And so they played us off of our American trust, such as Kamala Harris, and she's Indian. She's Indian, she's Jamaican, and she grew up in Canada. Literally in her bio, it says she went to high school in Canada, which are your most formative years to becoming an adult woman. Grew up in Canada, which means she's not American. The French Blinkton guy grew up in France, which means he's not American, which means he doesn't understand the government system of America, but he's a criminal crook who finagled his way and slept to the top. Because power is more important than anything else to him, because he wouldn't keep the secret of that he was raised in France. Now, what's your perception of you seeing a woman holding a carrot? And are you getting education off of that? Are you getting an emotion off of that? Is she forcing you to think that's educative? And what is the drawback of you going consistently back to her platform? How is that affecting your daily life? See, these are all subconscious ways of existing that even she doesn't understand, because it's a sense of, I'm hot, I'm seductive, I'm part of this nasty crew. While she abuses kids. These people of Democrats are domestic terrorists. You're terrorists going outside the Trump Tower. There was no purpose to that, except you wanted that wild animal exchange of thin air controlled by Kamala Harris. You did that at January 6th, and you did that at the Trump Tower. And then Shoo Choo is going to control you because it sells movie tickets. Well, he goes, I'm so nice. I'm so not. You're not nice. Understand how they're paying. You're paying with your emotional stability. Ruining everyone's life. Hiding the fact that you're utterly depressed. That your low level vibration of nothingness while you stand next to a